radical, radical, fanatical, pneumatical, latical, la latical, la 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 la. So, in 2010, I sat in a BMW in Cape Town, South Africa. In the prime of my life. Now I'm not in the prime of my life, by the sounds of my snorting. But yeah, take it as it is. My dad's third wife, my second stepmother, drove a wedge between my dad and myself. Got in a vehicle, became homeless, unemployed. Well, doing part-time jobs, locking onto personnel agencies, doing a job here, doing a job there, earning money, surviving, living out of a vehicle. But yeah. So, schizophrenic voice, audible voice of God, spiritual voice, demonic voice. See it as how you want to see it. Came up to me, came inside my head, you know. I mean, they can enter you, you know. I mean, they're invisible, you know. Saying, you should have been in America by now permanently. And I argue and fight against it and say, yeah, but this BMW is only worth 16,000 Rand. And it costs about 25,000 Rand to get to America. Later that day, another voice popped up and said, like, I'm bored, I'm filling in stuff in front of the Bible, like dad's, father's name, mother's name, you know, and it comes to wife's name. And because I'm single at the age of, what, 38, 40, it's like, well, I'm not married, and something says, oh, right there, Katrina Angelina. Oh, I'm going to have fun with this video. So yeah. Now, I mean, the Bible says the Spirit of God shall come unto all men. Not just believers, not just unbelievers, not just pagans, but unto all mankind. Unto all mankind. Unless someone goes and changes the Bible tomorrow and says the Spirit of God shall come unto Christians only. But yeah, be that as it may. But then it kind of came through that your wife is in America. And I say, yeah, if this is true, then give me her name now. Okay. Yeah, that's the previous promise of a wife that happened a couple of years before. But it happened differently. Your wife is in that town, but currently she's in that town. And her name ended up to be Karen. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, it cannot be Karen. Katrina. Oops. Okay. So another promise, a second promise of a wife. Second promise of a wife in life. Through a schizophrenic audible voice of God, of the devil, of an angel, of a fallen angel, of a voice of just being a voice. So yeah, I'm not the holiest of holies and I'm not the naughtiest of naughties. So time goes by, a month or two later, locked up an innocent guy, put him in jail. That's me for wanting to pay a train ride. And the systems in South Africa is broken. No more ticket officers at the train stations, no more conductors on the trains, just officials at the big train stations, Germiston, Johannesburg, Cape Town. But the smaller ones doesn't exist, doesn't have any kind of officials. Got back to my father and I said to him, I'm done with this country. They took an innocent person and made him to be a criminal, put me in jail. Done nothing wrong in life, didn't harm a soul in life, but yeah. So my dad got on the phone to my brother in Canada, said, get him out of here. Get him out of South Africa. Now remember, this is after I sold my BMW and spent the money. Because remember, there was an argument between me and my dad and I was at an emotional high level. So I sold the BMW and spent it and said, oh well, if I end up in a ditch, then I end up in a ditch. 2 months later, my brother said, on your way to America. $25,000, $22,000 rand later. And my argument was, I don't have money. It's impossible to go to America. Impossible. Regardless of permanently. So yeah, that's what, 14 years later, I'm still here. My political asylum case got denied. My legal status went down the drain. And now my status is legal, you know, in my mind. But yeah, besides those little teeny bitty woody details, God wants me in America for a certain reason. I don't know what. For God knows only. But yeah, Only God knows. Or only the beings out there that we cannot see, that's invisible, that's got higher power than the human beings. So yeah, the end and end all in America, legal status prevents me from having a job, and I end up homeless and unemployed again in 2020. Oh yeah, COVID virus also had a kind of an effect. I had a heart attack on the 5th of February in 2020. Apparently my heart stood still for 1 minute. And some social worker of a nurse decides to start questioning me while I'm in hospital. How do you see life, and where, and what do you think, and how do you think? And 23-year-old social worker nurse, long blonde hair, cute little thing. Ask her, what? 46-year-old man? A whole lot of questions heading in a certain direction, and at the end I tell her, in tears, the tears are flowing down my face, and I tell her, I just wanted a partner in life that's capable of supporting me in life, that can stand by my side, someone that I can trust. I mean, God is there, Jesus is there, but there's no physicality. There's no, okay, let me give you a back massage. There's no, okay, let me hold your hand. And I tell her these things with tears in my eyes. A partner, a wife. At the end of the day, she gives me a hug and she disappears, because I assume I made her more emotional than the emotionality that I was in. So she fell for my circumstance. But yeah, got me crying like a baby. 23-year-old girl that knows more about psychology than a 46-year-old guy. In any case, become homeless and unemployed again in my life. Church says, no, come to church. So I joined church. And yeah, I meet people that brings food, and there's one blonde-haired lady with her children. She tends to go the extra mile. Told her, Americans like mashed potatoes. I hate it, I dislike mashed potatoes. Anything that's got to do with a potato, I dislike. I cannot get it down my throat. I enjoy my rice. So I get the usual church food, you know, dilapidated food that's been made 3 days ago that nobody wants to eat. And then I get steamed rice from a Chinese restaurant from this blonde-haired lady, Nicole. So the times that Nicole ain't there, I asked the church people, where is she? Because she needs to charge my charges, and she still got one of my charges, you know. She She got her children to plug it in, charge it. Okay, now it's charged. So she and her children went the extra mile. And she stops coming around with the church people. And I asked the other church people, where is Nicole? What happened to Nicole? No, she's not with the church anymore. And I get on social media stating, Katrina told me this. Some other lady called Katrina in the church that used to check me out at an angle as a homeless guy. But yeah, sounds intriguing, eh? So, and I say, Cody called Cody. Afterwards I found out he's John Colt on Facebook. Not Cody Colt, not Colt Cody. So a bunch of church people lying to me, whatever, giving me excuses, and I get on social media. Colt told me this, Katrina told me that. I think Colt said no. She went back to work, and Katrina says, no, she's not with the church anymore. Like, Katrina got irritated by me asking that question. Little did I know it was at that stage that the father of her child just committed suicide. Maybe that's why she was irritated that day. Where's Nicole? The father of my child is gone. Now you're asking about another lady. Why don't you ask about me? I'm also a lady. You know? Something in that kind of line, you know? What? Am I not lady enough for you? But yeah. Typical Karen of a Katrina. And it comes down to her sending me a message because I named her name in a social media video. So anyone, please notify Katrina and Selena Shell that I just mentioned her name in a video again, so that she can send me another message of keeping me liable. I'll call the cops on you. I'll keep you liable. Yada 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 yada. Threats from church members. But this happened after I got a job, because I wanted to seek out Nicole and say, hey, thanks for looking after me when I was in a tent and desperate and yada yada yada, you know? What's wrong of seeking out the person that used to be super nice to you when you were homeless? The person and her children, her 16-year-old daughter, her 16-year-old son. But yeah, super nice people, super nice family. So if you need help, seek out Nicole in Missoula, Montana. She's quick. She helps regardless of who you are, what you are, where you come from. But yeah, I even got a threat from the pastor of the church. The videos you make while you're driving, we got proof, and we are willing to send it to the authorities that you're busy making videos while driving. I'm not holding the cell phone. I'm not sitting like this. Recording a video is like watching the digital display on your dash. I'm driving 62 miles an hour, 63, 62, 63. But yeah, in any case, that threat from the pastor, threat from Katrina. But yeah, this was near the end of 2021, beginning 2022. But in the course of 2021, went to church a couple of times in the year because you like, once in town, you're out on the road for 3-4 weeks, come back in town, go to church, out on the road again. And yeah, in June 2025, Katrina did a testimony in a church. When I listened to that testimony she gave in the church that's next to a big gym south of Missoula, Montana, Elevated Church. I think it was June 25, 2021 or July 25, 2021. But yeah, besides the matter, her testimony sounded like I had sex with a prison guard and I wanted to get the baby aborted because it's an oopsie. And a schizophrenic voice told her, keep the baby, don't get it aborted. You know, audible voice of God telling her, keep the baby, don't get it aborted. And once she had the baby and she was out of jail, she sent the father of the child on his way, like sending notification from court 50 times over in the course of 10 years. Keep away from your own son. Very Christian-like. So she hears the audible voice of God saying, keep the baby. But she doesn't hear the audible voice of God, marry the father of your child. She doesn't hear that. Oh, no. Sex once in a lifetime is good enough. But in any case, besides the point. So, yeah, I am in America by the audible voice of God. Maybe it is the voice of God, I don't know. All that I know is I'm in America. It's unsafe for white people. And here comes Donald Trump, and he says white South Africans are about to receive refugee status. Is that a part of a play of God in my life? I don't know. All that I know is I'm living life, not to the fullest, but I'm living life, surviving. Not waiting on promises anymore, because the second one that was promised to me ended up wanting to keep me liable, wanting to see me in jail. Wow. That sounds like fun and games. Your wife is in America, her name is Katrina. Why did the voice stop there? Why didn't the voice keep on going, saying, she will keep you liable and she will get you into jail and she will do this and you will be chased out of church? Yeah, that's another thing, was chased out of church and trespassed from church property. So, no more option of hoping for a godly wife. No more, no more. Because Raymond ain't welcome at churches. And yeah, I'm snorting, I'm 50 years of age. If I fart, I smell a mile away. So yeah, those days of hoping for a godly wife, that's long gone over. But hey, at least God is showing me certain things happen. God's timing. Not my timing, not your timing, not the world's timing. God's timing. God is a mysterious God. God is God. God ain't the devil, and the devil ain't God. But God is God. He knows what he's doing. He knows when he's going to pitch up again to the entire human race. God doesn't work by time. He works by eternity. He works by eternal fluctuations. But yeah, God is God. God is great. Doesn't the Bible state it shall rain on the bad and the good? It shall rain on the wicked and the evil and the good. Meaning if God wants to bless someone, whether they are little bitty, teeny, teeny, weeny, goody two shoes Christians, or demonically inclined, evil, wicked, if God wants to bless someone, God will bless someone. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are, where you are, God will bless you. According to His will and His purposes and His timing and His appointed moment of appointment. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up by accident, by oopsie whoopsie doopsie. I'll end up with a wife in Belgium, Europe. That's where my last name comes from. And some girl of a lady of a woman of a girl of a lady of a woman of a girl. Well, maybe, just maybe caught me in a leap year. And say, now you're not just the father of my child, but the husband of myself. Maybe I'll truly meet a truly godly woman of a female, of a lady, of a girl in Belgium that's more godly than any other false Christian in false and true Christian churches. Who knows? A church treating me like a criminal, chasing me out of the church like a goddamn dog, treating me as if I'm the biggest criminal under the sun. And then people say, why aren't people coming to church? Because they've been church hurt. hurt by the church. And the church are too hard-headed and too stubborn and too arrogant and too ignorant to forgive one another. Maybe that's why hardly anyone goes to church anymore. I don't know. I'm just running conclusions to what happened in my life. Being chased out of a church. And I go to 2 other churches and I stand in the back during praise and worship and I say, God, I don't belong here. These are families. I'm a single man. I don't belong here. No, but if you're in a church, you're part of a family. A family that wants to keep you liable and wants to eat around each and every corner, but you're in a goddamn jail or prison. Sorry, I'm just getting a little bit emotional currently, but yeah. Yeah, I'll put my feet in a church when it comes to events, you know. If someone is getting married, or if someone is getting married, or if someone is getting married, or if someone passes away and there's a reception in the church for the dead person, you know, for the passed away person, then I'll put my feet in a church. But otherwise, I'm done with church. I won't go seeking a godly wife at a church again. Oh, what are you here for? Are you here for God? Yeah. Oh, I'm also here for God. Let's go out on a date. No, thank you. You know, at the age of 9, I wanted a husky. And at the age of, 42, 43? I think 42. She's now 8 years old. I'm 50. She came into my life. Yeah, I paid $400. That's how she came into my life. I love her to bits. It's something that I wanted as a 9-year-old boy. My first stepmother said to me, Raymond, you always said, Auntie Daisy, one day I'll have a husky. God looking after me? I presume, in a way, God is looking after me. Me being chased out of church, becoming emotional about it, feeling destroyed, don't belong in heaven, don't belong in church. Oh well, no more option for a godly woman. Let me go to a mistress, let me go to a dominatrix. Yep. People that tends to be thrown out of churches, chased away from church, tends to go into the BDSM world for some other odd reason. Maybe because they feel like they've been abused and they want to live out the reality of their abuse in a fantasy. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know. You guys can conclude that.